to restore habitat and also address some of the flooding issue. And we were able to get funding from a variety of different sources: state, federal funding, Fish and Wildlife Service, Natural Resource Conservation Service, Coastal Conservancy, Fish and Game, and partner with Fish and Game. So the city owns this portion here on this side of the creek, and this is owned by Fish and Game. It's part of their Mad River Slough wildlife area, and they have worked with us cooperatively whereby we could actually do something here in our plans. We hired Williams and Associates. They did the hydrological model and then came up with a design which would remove the tide gates at the base of McDaniel Slough, Janes Creek here, to allow the creek to flow free and then hopefully restore habitat for salmonids and also restore tidal habitat. A lot of the habitat around Humboldt Bay, because of the highway and the railroad, it's really limited where you could actually have a full breach situation.
Sure, yeah.
And this was one place where we could do it because the first road is up here. And so we still had to build levees to protect private property over here and over there, and also protect 255. So we're in the process of completing the levees. We've dug these 2 holes and created this large wetland here that will be brackish because we've put in a pretty complex tide gate system where we can adjust the amount of tidal water that comes in, and we're hoping to be able to get permission to actually take our treated wastewater and discharge it out here to create a year-round freshwater supply to mix and create that. And so the fill from these 2 ponds and here were actually used to build these levees. And on this side as well, we're constructing some shallow freshwater habitat enhancement and brackish habitat enhancement closer to the bayfront levee that we're using to construct the levees on this side. And we've completed construction to about here, and we're finalizing this levee this summer. And it actually goes out a little bit more because Fish and Game was able to get more land. And then Phil Williams and Associates also designed it so that we would have what they call an eco levee. So wherever we know we're not going to do additional restoration in the future, we actually have a 10-to-1 slope on the levee to kind of create that larger elevation gradient. But I guess what I thought was, especially after being there this morning, looking at elevation. So here's our elevation map. This is existing salt marsh outside here, which is there, and you can see that, and you can see how a lot of this is quite a bit lower already. I mean, we don't get to this elevation until we're here.
Yeah.
And this is outside of the project area, though this is inside the project area.
Yeah.
And then other places where we have a little bit, there are levees along the creek, so we were going to be leaving most of those levees, though we will cut some of them down to help make sure that when the tide does come in through the slough, it actually spreads out, because we don't have a breach here or there.
Are you expecting the surface to arise or accrete just by the exchange with the bay?
Well, PWA estimated that we would get, so some of this is too low to actually have salt marsh initially, and they felt like within 50 years we would have
50.
salt marsh in here, but it will take that long.